Welcome to Cooking with Granny and Mama Soul Kitchen. Today, everybody, we're going to be doing our deep fried spare ribs, everybody. Okay, everybody that left questions, they were saying they want to know the recipe, even though it's on our YouTube channel, but we're going to go through it again for you lovers for these. Okay, so what we did was we got some good old spare ribs here. We went on and cut them up into individual ribs here, and you have the ends as well and all that good old stuff. We also pulled the liner off of the white liner that's on the inside of the rib that makes it kind of tough. So you're going to take a cheap bottle of mustard. It don't matter what kind of mustard it is, just regular plain old mustard, nothing fancy. Just go ahead and spread that around. The love of this is back a good old marinade for your ribs, everybody. Then, now as you see this here, we're going to go ahead and give it a good old massage. You know, grandmother, this is one of the best techniques for tenderizing your meats. Yeah. And so when you rub it in like this, you're going to distribute it all throughout of the whole ribs, everybody. So you want to make sure that the ribs is fully coated with this wonderful cheap mustard. Yeah. So you don't have to buy no expensive mustard, everybody. You don't have to do that. You can just keep it nice, plain and simple, and massage it like it's your men, or your ladies. You know, you guys know what to do. This is like massaging the meat to make it just delicious. And this also helps it to have the seasoning stick to the rub as well. Oh yeah, definitely. That's what the main purpose of this whole technique is. So we're going to go ahead and thoroughly massage this, everybody. Yes, this is how you do it. You want to make sure everything is distributed perfectly throughout the whole pork chop, everybody. Now, as you see, we changed our gloves, everybody, because we don't want to cross-contaminate, but we're using some Lawry's garlic salt. We always keep that in our cabinets. This is how we do it. Make sure you guys do not put your fingers on your hands on your seasonings after handling meats, everybody. Now we're going to go ahead and use some garlic powder. Now if you don't want to use garlic salt, whatever, but you got to do it. That's why we're adding the powder on this time. It's about the flavor. Pork is very plain, everybody. You got that right, grandmother. Yes, because I cannot stand no flavored pork, everybody. Ooh, I just think it's disgusting. Okay, but here we go. We're going to add in some Lawry seasoning salt. So basically, everybody, this seasoning is going to be used just like the old school, how we do our pork chops and fried chicken, everybody. There's nothing wrong with the old school, everybody, because this is what it is going to be, okay? Now, this is what we're going to do. See, we have our clean hands. Now we're about to massage it, everybody. About to massage it on in there and make sure everything gets incorporated together so all the flavors can be burst throughout the ribs, everybody. You know what? I just love this recipe, grandmother. You know, it's very simple. You just massage it in and let it do its work, baby. That's how you do it. That's how we do it. Okay, so we're going to make sure we're massaging it like, you know, so Friday night date. I'm so serious, grandmother. I'm just keeping it real. This is how you massage it on thoroughly, ladies. This is how you do it. Oh, yeah, you too, gentlemen. All right, so everything is looking all nice and beautifully coated and seasoned to perfection. Just take a look at that. That's how you want it to look like, everybody. You want it to be perfect, okay? Nobody's ever going to talk about you like a dog at the church if it's tasting good, because I'm telling you, you got to bam up and smack up your flavors of your pork, because if you don't, it's going to be just bland and boring and people going to talk about you. So we don't want that to happen, because your reputation will be tarnished, okay? We also added in some black pepper. I forgot to say that, but we added in some black pepper to make it perfect. Now, we're using the old school seasonings in the bag, which is flour, everybody. We have some flour in the bag because we're going to shake it around into this bag and make sure it's thoroughly coated nicely. We also heated up some nice vegetable oil as well to make it nice and hot on medium high, okay? Now we're going to put this in here and we're going to shake it around, make sure everything gets coated perfectly. As you see how it's getting all nicely white and coated with the flour, that's how we do it up in here, okay? Now we're going to make sure it's perfectly done, and we're going to move on to the next step. And see that? Look at that. Don't be afraid of that. Look at that. Now here's our oil. It's nice and hot, perfectly ready to go, nice and clean, and we're ready to get started. Let's get it started, everybody. You guys ready for some nice frying? Okay. here we go. We're going to take it out the bag. We're going to shake mostly all the extra flour off, okay? But we want to make sure it's coated, everybody, with flour all throughout your rib. The grease has to be really hot, as you see here. So, you know what, grandmother? Some people said they use like a egg wash or whatever, and then they dip it in the flour when they do this. Nope, no need to do that, because when you do it perfectly like this with the seasons and everything, you ain't got nothing to yes. So look at that, everyone. See how the grease is nice and hot. And we're going to take some more of this and shake it on out like we did before, everybody. And you don't want your skillet to be too cluttered, but you want to make sure that everything gets fried evenly. So you want to leave room for flipping over, everybody, okay? Now here we go. We want to make sure that this is all done. So, we're going to put maybe one more in there. I think we can fit in there perfectly. So we're going to try this like this is so. And then lay it on in there. Now, after about 15 good minutes, because it's kind of thick, these some thick ribs here. So after about 15 minutes, we're going to try to turn it over. Now, you see it's not burned, everybody. So you want to have it on a medium low now. At this time, you're going to change the temperature a little bit to keep it nice flowing evenly. You don't want your stuff to burn, and you want to make sure it cooks evenly. Here we go, everybody. So look at that. So this is going to cook for like another 10 minutes as we flipped it over. It's going to be all nice and perfect on this side. Yeah, that should be about a perfect amount of time, everybody. This was perfect. Nice and tender, and it just tastes so delicious. It just makes you want to just come off the bowl. Oh, I'm excited. Me too. Look at this. This one's really nice. This was a smaller piece. Like those little end pieces, they actually cook faster than the other one. So this one might be coming out first. But yes, everybody, this is how they all look when they're all nice and done and fried to perfection. Look at that. Now you could take this platter to the potlucks, to the church, whatever. They're not going to talk about you. Look at that. Oh, they're so delicious. This is one of the best tasting meat dishes that we've ever made. Just like, kind of tastes like a pork chop. Yeah, like a big pork chop. Well, if you guys like what you see, make sure you guys follow us on our YouTube channel for a lot more. We have a lot more to share with you.